A trailer for a new Scream movie is dropped. Scream, which is a rehashing of the 90s slasher horror film genre, is about a group of teens who got terrorized by a killer. Had a reveal trailer earlier today, at least as of this recording. Being that's Halloween month, I thought the trailer would be fun to talk about for Scream fans and horror film buffs alike. Let me start off the video by saying this. I've actually never seen a Scream movie from beginning to end. But what does that matter for this movie? Without me being interested in the Scream franchise at all, this movie trailer was good enough for me to want to check out this movie. This trailer accomplishes something I didn't expect, which is to actually make this look thrilling and scary and not just your plain Jane slasher horror film. Just to start out, we have this young adult who's just scared and home alone and gets a really strange text message and subsequent phone calls. And to top it off, when she actually does answer the phone, she gets a really bone-chilling message that I think was a little bit of a ripoff from Saw, where the killer says, "You want to play a game?" or something to that degree. She gets stabbed and she's trying vigorously to relock these doors, but the killer's smart enough to just go back, hack in, unlock, and it's just, there's nothing she can do about it. And it's extremely effective in this trailer because it's showing that this teenager is alone, powerless, defenseless, and there's nothing she can do about it. And by demonstrating this, we get to fear for her because we can see that everything is working against her. Plus, that fear is compounded because we can see that she's no dummy. She has the wherewithal to try and lock the doors, avoid answering the phone calls, and also to wield a knife and a weapon to protect herself. By her being that intelligent and avoiding the dumb character decisions that are usually made in horror films like this, it heightens the intensity in this situation because it becomes a battle of wits. She's got to try to keep this killer out of her home, and her killer has to try to make his way or her way into this home. Who's gonna win? This movie employs a whole group of people in order to combat this killer. We can see some phone calls being exchanged between some of the original characters of the film series, and we can see them collaborating with the young teenagers who are being harassed and terrorized by this Scream. For a group who is as experienced as they are to come together and try to combat this situation just shows how serious it is, and that the killer in fact is no slouch once more. And that implication makes this movie a lot more exciting and more exciting to look forward to because it shows that we've got a formidable foe on our hands, hopefully. Also, the trailer gives off the impression that it's not afraid to take some risks. We see an encounter in the trailer of the Scream killer chasing after what looks to be one of the main protagonists of this movie. By the killer at least looking like they've got a chance at taking out one of the main protagonists that we have a chance of getting bonded with as the movie goes on elevates the stakes for me. Because in these movies, if done well, you get emotionally invested into each of these characters, and for a movie being willing to break that emotional tie, it'll keep you on the edge of your seat because of that emotional investment. You want to see these characters succeed, you want to see them live, survive, and grow, and the chance that they might not, heartbreaking. Or who knows, the movie could be done poorly, we might not even give a shit. I think some of the original characters have to reface the conflict that they experienced when they were younger. It's a really interesting situation. This collision is going to expose whether or not that their age and wisdom has adapted, and whether or not they're going to rise to the challenge to help these kids. I'm curious to see how they're going to cope with that situation, how they're going to approach it differently this time around, and whether or not they can actually make a difference and end the threat once and for all. And lastly, fans of the franchise are going to be really happy because of the fact that there's a lot of homage into the original Scream movies, at least from what I can tell. That comes in the form of the use of some of the original characters in this movie. And the fact that they're actually centered around the main conflict, or at least that's what it looks to be. Friends, are you a fan of the Scream franchise? What did you think of the trailer? Whatever you think, you know where the comment section is. Let me know. This has been the Bankrupt Hippo YouTube channel. I've been Bryce, and until next time, have a great day.